Yes.
Okay, great. So now we're going to test the pool water. So this bottle here is full of pool water now. I recommend grabbing it from the deep end and go like pretty low if you can, just so you're not skimming anything off the top. You're going to fill up this water and you're going to turn the machine on. Just press the button. It will just turn on. Okay, and you're going to take the bottle and fill it up to the black line there, right to the line. And you're going to put it in with just the water the first time. You're going to start with what they call blank, or BLA, which I think stands for blank. But anyway, then you're going to hit this button again, and it's going to reset itself. So it's going to look at that water, and it's going to say, okay, this is my baseline. Okay, and then you're going to start with 2 parts to test chlorine. Okay, so that's also on this sheet. So it's 5 drops of one and 5 drops of the other. You're pretty much always going to use 5 drops. So you only have to remember that once. And you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is going to be the chlorine reading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So that's it. And then you're going to cap it off. You shake it up. And I can tell by the color, I mean, you get to learn over time, but so it's 6.13. Okay. Now it's actually a little high. So here's the range right here. It's 2.0 to 4.0. So the chlorine is a little high, but that's actually okay right now. We just got the pool running. It's just open for the season, and that reading's fine. Now, what you do for the next reading is you want the total chlorine. So you did the free chlorine first. So this is the free chlorine reading. The next reading is the total chlorine, okay? Because there's actually dead chlorine. When chlorine gets used and eats algae, it's dead, but it's still in your pool. So you use shock to get rid of that. But anyway, so we're gonna press the button to go to the next one. And now it's ready, you know, for the next set of 5 drops. 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go.
So you don't change the water?
Nope, you don't change the water. Not for this tube. This one takes the same tube. Yep. That's 8.07. That's the total chlorine. Okay. And now we change tubes. So just the first 2
are done. You
use the same tube, and then everything else you're going to use 1 tube for each. Okay, we're ready for the next one. Oh, okay. The next one, this machine is programmed for BR. I don't even remember what that stands for, but we don't do a BR reading. So you just skip through that. Yep. And then you go to pH. That's the next one you want. So same thing, you fill it up to the black line. Okay, put it in. Now we want pH.
5 drops.
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5.
There you go. Okay, and that's 6.6. So that's actually a little low. Okay. All right, so that's fine. That's pH is a little low. Okay, now we're just going to go right to alkalinity. So it's just following right along the line. So we did this, this, this. Now we're going to do this side.
Okay.
Same process. This is just a repeat.
It's always easy. You got color coordinated, and that's color coordinated over here. Okay, so
that's it.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward. Yep. And then what will happen is either you guys will update the spreadsheet, or you'll just tell me the readings. And then when you tell me the readings, I'll tell you what to do to the pool. You know what I mean? Like, let me interpret what these readings mean, because that takes a little more experience. But either you or Justin can do those readings. And this, well, this is not quite the last one. This is the one before last. Oh, I didn't write that one down, did I?
2.5.
What was it?
2.5.
2.5?
Yeah, I believe so.
Or maybe it was 25.
Yeah, 25.
Okay. Yeah, that could. Okay. Now this has 2 bottles as well.
So you gotta do 5 and 5.
3, 4, 5. Yep. Yep. And this is the calcium hardness. Sorry.
1.8.
118. Yeah. So
That's
this
fine.
is all a little out of range. Now, another thing that I didn't mention yet is what I've learned over time is these bottles go bad and they're dated. And these are actually outdated. And it really actually matters the most for, I think, this and maybe this. But I just ordered new ones. So new ones are coming. And so you can't totally trust the readings right now. But, you know, as long as we know the chlorine's accurate, you know, that I trust. And the total chlorine's good. And then the pH is important too. But that's pretty much it. And then just tell me what the reading is, and then I'll tell you what to do. It's, you know, basically what happens is if the chlorine is low, you'll more typically find that the chlorine's low instead of high. So this is pretty unusual. You'll put in the tablets, you know, and if it's really low, then you're going to put in like a whole, there's a packet of shock. It's called pool shock. So that's basically a stronger version of chlorine, but it also kills the total chlorine.
Okay.
So if there's dead chlorine in the pool, it will take care of that for you.
Okay.
And then the pH, you almost never need to raise the pH, but all throughout the summer, you'll have to use pH down. So, you know, you'll get used to seeing that rise up. And then what I do is because the pH over time goes up, I try, like there's a range, right? So the pH should be between 7.4 and 7.6. So since I have to work to get it lower, I go for the 7.4 number.
Okay.
And even if it's 7.3 or whatever, it's fine because I know over time it's going to go up. So, you know, in between maintenance time, it's going to go from below range to above range. And the same thing for chlorine. If it's really low, you know, I'll go on the upper end, you know, so that over time it just decreases. So the sun makes it decrease, and just over time, you know, chlorine eats the algae, so it's, you know, you need to just constantly put chlorine in the pool.
Yeah.
And so you want, so right now for our treatment, because chlorine's high, we don't need to do anything because it will come down naturally. And the pH is low, that's fine too, because it's going to come up by itself. Okay. So there's literally nothing we need to do. So that's
not right now until the sun comes out.
Yeah, it's going to take, you know, a week. You're good for at least a week. You're probably good for 2 weeks. Okay. There's probably nothing you need to do. No matter how much you use that pool, you're good to go.
All right, cool.
All right, thanks guys.